So, yes, review Dr. Stone episode 3. The first thing I think right away, which I really like in this episode, is competent bad guys, right? That is something that I cherish so much with Golden Kamuy last year. How Golden Kamuy has so many bad guys. There are really a lot of bad guys in Golden Kamuy, I won't spoil it. But they're also very, very competent, right? They're very, actually pretty good. And as you see me sitting here in my, of course, beloved Doflamingo shirt, my newest one, right? Where, of course, you see him here, and then you see spoiler under there, right? And you see like the puppet thing. You know, I love the shirt. It's only 2 weeks old. But yeah, like the reason I bought it, right, it's not because I just really love One Piece, because I really love Doflamingo, right? Because Doflamingo, spoilers, so I can spoil the storyline, but I mean, he's a really good bad guy. And I don't mean good as in, I don't want to get too much One Piece spoilers here, but I mean, I actually kind of like Hody, okay, in One Piece. I actually like Hody in One Piece, because he is a very, like, he's like a perfect racist character, right? He's not like, you don't like him, but I like his writing of Hody. I like Uda's writing of Hody. He's like a horrible person, right? But you understand his hatred and so. It's like the empty hatred for racism. I think it's actually a very good written character. But when I see like Doflamingo, I really love him because he's a very competent bad guy, right? So that's the first thing I think in this episode, honestly, in my opinion, which I really liked here in this episode, is that we see as soon as he gets to the village, right? As soon as he gets there, he's like, Senku isn't a man that would do this thing. Senku would do this thing. Ah, I see. He's making gunpowder! So, I mean, I really, really loved it, how the bad guy immediately is aware that what the good guy is doing, right? Yeah. He's a competent bad guy that figures out what the good guys are very likely doing, right? Of course, I'm being very black and white here, you know, good and bad. I can't believe some people defended him last week, and I do accept that it's morality is a little weird now because they're in this kind of dystopian future, do everything to survive and so on. But as I said last week, he's clearly, I mean, I think undisputably a horrible person because he's going after people purely because of some arbitrary thing, right? In his case, age, right? Because he's killing people right now, no matter who they were or what they did in their life, basically purely on their age, which also, in my opinion, is also just blatantly stupid. Not just because he hates old people, but I mean, some old people are clearly going to be useful in this world, right? Some old people, you might have some scientists, right? You might have some and so on, right? You might have someone that has great skills, right? For example, I am pretty young still, right? But let's say 20 years from now, I get petrified. If you unpetrify me, I'm pretty sure I can help out, you know. But like, you know, like a lot of, obviously some old people are going to be useless too. Some of them are going to be completely useless, of course. But the same thing is with young people. If you go around and you save random young people on the street, right, some of them are going to be completely douchebags and be horrible as well, right? So it's clearly from person to person. And if anything, I think it's likely that the old people are going to be more helpful because they probably have, you know, more experience and so on and more skills, right, that help out. That being said, though, they also need young people that, you know, have more muscle mass and can go and fight and so on. So in actuality, I think they probably should have like a mix of resurrecting a few old people that have good brain, good skills, right, how to build stuff and craft stuff and so on, right? You know, some craftsmen, that would be the best thing. And then on the same time, getting some youth up, right? They can, you know, collect stuff and harvest and, you know, do all that stuff, right? That would be the best thing. And I would say one thing, though, in the bad guys, in his defense, though, I would say one thing. I do agree on some people defending him last week. I say one thing, which he's right on, is that it's actually harder, though, to like figure out who to save, right, from the old people. Because I will still say this, though, right? If you're gonna be super like, you know, objective here and logical spanning here, you don't want to resurrect old people without the brains to speak, right? You don't want to just go and save some random old guy that is a complete moron, to be fair, right? A complete stupid guy that can't do anything and is really old as well, right? And it's like weak and old and he has no, you know, like skills at all. That would be pretty useless, yeah. That guy wouldn't be very useful. That is much better saving a young person that is, you know, okay, he mightn't have any actual technical skills, but is young and strong, or at least he can become young and strong. It's young, at least he can train and become strong. Like, so in that, if you're gonna find, you know, a guy which is purely muscle, right, like of course his best friend there, you know, which is the oath, right, then it's better being younger, right? So in that sense, if you don't know anything about them, maybe saving young people is a better idea to begin with, because you get like smarter people, yeah, because their intelligence or their skills or whatever doesn't matter as much, right? But otherwise, I think the best way you can do, which is very hard to know, of course, is saving people that have like actual craft occupations. If I could pick someone, I would say people that work as like blacksmiths, right? Carpenters. I would say, yeah, people that have like actual, physical crafting skills. I wouldn't go and say like an engineer that can like a computer engineer. Oh, I can code stuff. Yeah, I don't know how to help me now. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to help me. I'd rather have, for example, like an engineer that can build, usually what you call civil engineer, right? Where I come from, you call them vägvatteningenjör, yeah. People that build like roads and so on. People that can do that engineering, which I can do, of course, because it's pretty simple. But I mean like that kind of engineering is better to have than like modern Scrum engineering for software stuff. Not very useful. Not very useful. Hopefully those engineering guys can also do other stuff. No, but like, so I mean, in that sense, maybe you should save young people generally first, because it's harder to find those craft people. But still, though, obviously, it's completely crazy with his plan, I feel. If anything, they should, unpetrify old people, or old, but like middle-aged people, and see if they have skills or not, and then kill them or not. If you're gonna be really fair here, yeah, then I would respect it more. Because if you say people, I was like, this old guy, what's his occupation? I was doing this. Okay, you're dead. Like that would have been horrible, but in the same way, I would be like that would be logical. Like he would resurrect them, and then it would be like, oh, I'm, I was this thing. That's useless. And then he would like, you have no reason to live. Yeah, that would be really horrible, but also that would be more logical. Still though, I think generally I really liked the whole thing. The arrow thing, that was great. When he capped the arrow through down, knee him in the face, and then he's like, you can punch me how much you want. It's like, I don't follow. Why would I do that? Yeah, it doesn't help me at all. So he's a really good bad guy. I really like that. He's, I think that drives so many storylines when you have a bad guy that actually is really, again, not competent, but generally skilled at what they're doing and so on. Instead of having bad guys. I think this anime so far, in that sense, as I said last week, an intelligent main character that is actually intelligent. That's great. And now we also have a bad guy that's actually really competent bad guy, right? So I think both in those scenarios, I think it's a good. I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's really great. So I really like that. I think it was a great episode. And of course, best girl. The only girl so far is alive. And she might be in trouble, right? I don't know. I could imagine her actually getting killed or other stuff, because she's the only female, and it would make like more dramatic if she's dead. One reason I'm saying too, because I watched the opening a few times. I haven't seen much in the opening, so I'm thinking that could be a reason why. The opening might foreshadow that. I'm guessing from that. But anyway, hope you liked the review. See you in about half an hour with Tsukasa Online! Mama! Yeah, best mama this season. Here we go. I think it's going to interview the Harm girls and be like, how do you want to be with my son? Yeah, it's going to be fun to see. I think it's going to be the best comedy this season. It is really, really fun. And after that, Fruit Basket and, of course, Arubaru as the last anime today.